Hello, welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd, and you are watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. All right, guys, good morning and welcome in. I've got massive news out of the Middle East and an urgent report I want to share with you guys. I was just getting done recording our update video for the Russia-Ukraine war today, and we've got breaking news out of the Middle East. I want to share this with you here on your screen immediately. And it says Qatar shuts down airspace, prepares for imminent attack from Iran. Authorities issued a warning that U.S. Central Command CENTCOM's Al-Udeid Airbase in Qatar could be the target of an imminent Iranian attack, the Jerusalem Post was told on Monday. Yeah, that's what the Jerusalem Post was mentioning, that the Al-Udeid Airbase in Qatar, that from what we understand has been cleared out already, was going to be under an imminent attack. And I do have information today that it looks like the Iranians have already apparently launched missiles towards that base. We're still waiting for all that information to come out. I just want to give you guys preliminary reports that we're breaking here in just the last 30 minutes or so. The current time right now is 9:46 a.m. Pacific Standard Time in the United States. Today's date is June 23rd, 2025. Let me start showing you some of the details here on what's going on with this situation. Looks like the Iranians are retaliating on the U.S. for these strikes over the weekend on their nuclear facilities. Let's hop in over here real quick to All Arabia English. I'm going to show you guys this quick report, then we'll jump on over to X. Qatar shuts down airspace amid Iran-Israel conflict. And the date today, June 23rd, 2025, you can see right here. Qatar said it had shut down airspace temporarily as part of measures taken amid developments in the region. A statement by the Qatari Foreign Ministry said on X. It said the move comes to ensure safety of residents and visitors. As part of state of Qatar's commitment to the safety of its citizens, residents, and visitors, the relevant authorities announced the temporary suspension of air traffic in the country's airspace, the ministry said. This is part of a set of precautionary measures taken based on developments in the region, it added. The shutdown of Qatari airspace comes as Iran repeated earlier threats to retaliate against the United States after strikes on its nuclear sites. Qatar is home to the United States' largest base in the region. Earlier on Monday, the British government issued a warning recommending that UK citizens in Qatar shelter in place until further notice. Yeah, multiple nations, especially Qatar, calling on citizens to shelter in place due to a potential attack. Finally, it says right here, a recommendation followed a similar warning that U.S. government issued to its citizens in the Gulf state. Following the U.S. warning in Doha, Qatar's foreign ministry spokesman, Majid Al-Ansari, said warnings by foreign embassies do not necessarily reflect the existence of specific or credible threats. We would like to reassure the public that the security situation in the state remains stable. He wrote on X. Qatar continues to exert intensive diplomatic efforts to de-escalate tensions in the region. So it looks like the Qatari authorities were pretty much saying, don't worry about an imminent threat, but it looks like this was, and I do have information today that the Iranians apparently are launching missiles, but I don't have all the details yet. I'll show it to you anyway. Let's hop on over here to X with more information from independent sources. OSINT Technical reports Qatar did not take the decision to close its airspace lightly. Over a dozen inbound aircraft have been forced to divert. Dozens more are currently grounded at Doha's Hamad International Airport. Okay, this is kind of a flight radar here showing all these aircraft that were either staying at the airports inside of Qatar. Many of them even started to turn around. You can see a lot of them, some of them heading over here and then turning around and heading away from the area as these strikes were reportedly imminent, is what was being reported coming from Iran. Now from Megatron Ron breaking, Qatar Airways flight QR330 from London turns around before entering Qatar. Other planes turning around too. Yeah, it looks like they had some credible intelligence or information that the Iranians were to be launching an attack here onto Qatar very soon. So we already had several flights from London even already starting to turn around in this area. Now for those in technical, Qatari airspace completely cleared. This is what it looked like here in the last 30 minutes or so at the time that I recorded for you guys. Qatar completely cleared out as ballistic missiles were going to be incoming to this nation. Now for Megatron Ron breaking, the UAE will soon close its airspace to civilian air traffic. So the UAE also thinking about doing this right next door. Qatar is just a little bit to the west of them. So right next door, the UAE thinking about doing the same thing. Last I heard, they have not closed it, but they're apparently planning to very soon. Now, from Ozen Defender, Iran is moving missile launchers into place for a potential attack on U.S. forces in the Middle East in response to the surprise American strike on 3 nuclear sites over the weekend, according to U.S. officials. Pentagon is tracking credible threat to U.S. military bases in the region, one of the officials told the Wall Street Journal. Okay, so this was a statement out of the Wall Street Journal. U.S. officials were stating that Iran was moving launchers for a potential attack, and it looks like this was the attack on Al-Udeid right here. Now, Vice Grad 24 breaking major case of GPS jamming in Qatar and other Gulf states. This is usually what we see as well before a major strike is carried out, is a lot of GPS jamming over here. This is right next to the Straits of Hormuz, okay? We keep hearing also there was reports over the weekend Iran's parliament had approved a resolution to close the Straits of Hormuz. So far, we're just waiting on the official confirmation from Iran's supreme leader, Ali Khamenei. We'll see if he gives that order soon. There's also reports that they might be mining the Strait of Hormuz, which is just right over here, over the in the waters of the Persian Gulf. Okay, the Persian Gulf is going to be right here, and then the Strait of Hormuz is kind of right here. It's kind of hard to see based on this map, but it's just right here next to Qatar, where it's located. Now, for Max 25, Trump is urgently calling his national security team to the White House and expects them to show up in 45 minutes. Okay, so the Trump team panicking now as these strikes are going to be incoming here very soon and probably have already started. That was according to Axios. Now, Ozen Defender, dozens of aircraft with the U.S. and British Air Forces have been evacuated from Al-Udeid last week. And we've got Ozen Defender here showing an old post that he put up here that this airbase has been cleared out, okay, as of like June 17th or the 18th. These were some satellite images showing that pretty much this whole base has been evacuated. We actually heard this last week that the U.S. was doing this. They're already doing this preemptively to prepare for any strikes coming from Iran. Okay, so from what we understand, there is no U.S. military at this base, and they've pretty much removed all their warplanes. Everything is taken out. It's an empty base right now. And then finally, this last update for you guys from Ozen Defender, Iran has just launched several ballistic missiles at U.S. Al-Udeid Airbase in Qatar. Okay, so that's the latest I have for you guys. Just want to let you know, apparently the Iranians are firing missiles already, but I'm going to wait for more details, then I'll do another update for you guys. Just want to let you know this is ongoing right now and an urgent update. Let me know what you think about these details down below in the comment section. That's going to be it for today's update. If you got something out of this, please smash that like button. Also, if you enjoyed my content, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you. And with that, hope you all have a great day. Everybody take care and God bless. We'll see you in the next one.